to share you my insights. As you all know, my dad Amartya Sinha is a person once affected by leprosy. When he was 12, he was diagnosed with the disease and even was rejected by his own family and banned from every social gatherings. He comes from a very small village which was under poverty and illiteracy in his days. In those days, most people were illiterate and they would think that leprosy was a result of sin that one had confined in previous life. What an illogical assumption they made. Actually, leprosy is a contagious disease caused by microbacteria called lepra that affects the skin, mucous membrane and the nerves, causing discoloration and lumps on the skin, and in severe cases causing disfigurement and deformities. He had a reaction case where he felt as if his skin were cut off by a blade. He was treated in Anandaban hospital for 6 years. He still says, those 6 years felt like 60 years to me. My grandparents and the doctors treating him almost gave up on him. It was as if they were ready to fulfill his last wish. Thankfully, God intervened and the medical treatment worked miracles for him. He was isolated by his own family members, friends, relatives, and the society. On one hand, he was destined to tolerate the physical pain incurred by the disease. On the other hand, there was the society to compound his suffering. At Anandaban, they helped my father to regain his dignity and indeed his isolation. They helped him be confident and happy again. My father has had the matchless and the uncommon journey of his life that reminds the unbearable suffering from leprosy. I feel ungainly to repeat my father's foundational years life story. I feel shocked to even imagine the gloomy days, but I must muster up the courage to share it, to motivate others, and especially the children of people affected by leprosy. The disease called leprosy has a special bearing upon me. Fortunately, I did not get to witness my father's suffering with any physical pain nor the social discrimination, because by the time I was born, he had already regained his dignity and my father was more respectable in our surrounding. Currently, my father is the founder principal of Amardeep Secondary School, president of IDEA Nepal, vice chair and president for international relations for IDEA International, and board member of the Leprosy Mission International. You can know the detail of his testimony in his book entitled Sunlit Mountains and Returning the Lost Mines. I know it's hard to believe such a respectable person had undergone such an intolerable discrimination from the society. No one ever thought a person like him could actually represent the voice of people affected by leprosy. But he does it better than anyone in the world I have seen or heard of. I can feel how Anandaban and TLM helped my dad and others to recover. My dad was once a victim of leprosy, but he now helps others with leprosy as well as people with disability and people in abject poverty. I'm very inspired to do the same. So far, I have helped with the packaging and distributing the relief for about more than 100 families in this pandemic along with him. As in my experience, it was a hectic job for a teenager like me, weighing food supplies, arranging them to make a perfect packages, but we thought of the people who are receiving the package and hence worked restlessly. As a result, we found them very happy and thankful, which blew away our tiredness and encouraged us to do something beautiful for the sake of humanity. So I am inspired and self-encouraged to fight for the end of isolation. I'm joining this campaign because I feel so satisfied and take volunteering as a way to make myself happy, blessed and fulfilled. So if you guys think of joining the campaign on behalf of IDEA Nepal for the sake of people affected by leprosy and people with disabilities, please do not hesitate to contact me.